Spencer, we've been doing
Shane.
this. We've been doing this podcast for 100 years.
I think
Back
you mistook
in my
years for
day, when we did podcasts, all we used was a tin can and a long ass string.
All right, let's get you back to bed, Grandpa.
I'm not tired. I'm just angry.
Yeah. Well, anyway, welcome to episode 100 of Silver Screen Psyche.
Well, it's episode 10 of Silver Screen Psyche.
That's true. Oh, I actually counted. It's episode 22 of Silver Screen Psyche.
Was that 22 episodes ago?
It was 22 episodes ago. But of the whole podcast, for anyone who's been listening since back in the day, when we were young and excited about things, this is episode 100. Now, we've technically done more than that because of the minisodes.
And
those
some
don't
other
count.
Things. No.
Yeah, the pod, those don't count. We're talking just exclusively full episodes. And this is episode 100. So instead of watching a specific thing, we thought we'd look back at the podcast and the legacy we have wrought.
Everybody's favorite episode, which is a clip show. Let's do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Can you imagine if we made this a full clip show? I'm not doing that. That'd be crazy. Anyway, we're going to talk about, we have made some questions that we think would be fun to kind of go back and discuss on some of our favorites, some of our most surprising, some of our favorite things to share. You know, so that's the whole premise of the podcast is we're sharing things with one another. We're sharing movies and TV shows.
I think this would be a good, if you haven't jumped onto the pod and you want to know anything about our taste, genuinely, this might be the recommendation for hey, if you just want to see what we're into, here are the things here are the top level things that we are into.
Here are the episodes that really got us, go back and check those out. So you want to jump right in? Yeah. So I think the first question we had, what was the favorite new movie you saw for the podcast? More specific, what's the favorite movie that I showed you that you saw for the first time?
For me, I've got two answers, and one of them's cheating a little bit.
Oh, fascinating.
Answer one is RRR.
Yeah.
Because that is, baby.
The greatest movie ever.
Because it's the fucking best movie ever made. It is. There are two parts of my life. One before I watched that movie for the first time, and one after. I don't know which part's the better part. Well, that's a separate question. I don't know. The second part might be better because I've got RRR in my life now.
Yeah. Cinematically, it's better for sure.
Truly. And then the other kind of cheating answer is the Scream series. It's the entirety of the Scream series.
Not cheating at all. I'm so glad you enjoyed those because I know you've watched those quite a bit over the years. They've kind of become... I
watch them definitely annually since watching it, if not multiple times a year. At least the first one.
Yeah, I haven't watched Scream this year yet. But I'm sure we're going to hit New Year's and be I have to watch Scream before the year's over. And I kind of
I rewatched the first Scream in October. And then I know I watched it earlier in the year too. And then I got halfway through Scream 2, but then I got busy with something else. But my intention was to rewatch basically the whole series in October for spooky times.
Yeah. Best slasher franchise ever. It has yet to have a bad installment.
Yeah,
a truly bad installment.
We can have an argument about 3.
3's not as good, but it's still fun. You know what I mean?
It's not as bad as people say it is.
Yes, and I don't give one flying shit about Scream 7. Look into that if you want to. Plus, I don't think the trailer looks very good. I watched it and was this is kind of whack. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you enjoyed those because RRR is the best movie ever and Scream is the best franchise ever. So
genuinely.
Exciting. Well, mine for movies that you showed me, I have several. I'm just going to talk about several. Survivor. It's not a movie, but I have been super into Survivor since you and I watched it.
Hell yeah.
A Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yes!
Dude, I'm so excited for the holiday seasons because I can watch A Muppet Christmas Carol again.
We rewatched that shit 2 months ago. It wasn't even
fantastic.
Close. And we were you know what? Put that shit on.
I love that movie. It is genuinely, if you need to feel good for a day, just watch A Muppet Christmas Carol. I love the Muppets in general, but that is maybe the best Muppet thing, potentially.
That is a very easy argument to make.
Yeah. a recent one we did is a Rocky Horror Picture Show. I really liked that movie.
Good.
I knew I would enjoy it, but I was surprised at how much I really dug it and how much I've like thought about it since. So that's a really good. It's funny. I was in a comic book store and they were playing Rocky Horror songs, and I like stood up straighter. It was like a really funny moment for me. I was like, oh,
I know that.
I just watched this. Another one that I really like, and actually just rewatched the other night, is Sorcerer.
Yeah.
That movie kicks all the ass in the world, and also it is going to take years off my life. It's so stressful.
Dude, that movie's crazy.
The Criterion 4K of that movie is absolutely stunning. Can't recommend getting that enough. That movie rules. Another one that I really like and I think about a lot is After Yang.
Yeah.
After Yang is a really good movie. I think my Letterboxd review or your Letterboxd review, I don't know, is this movie made me a better man.
Yeah, I think that's yours.
I think that's mine, and it's really, really true. I love that guy. His newest movie is okay. It's not amazing, but I don't think it's as bad as people said it was. And I love Columbus, but this one is one that I've just really thought about a lot.
Yeah.
For how weird it is. For like how like odd some of the editing and some of the story choices are. Really like that one. And then Bram Stoker's Dracula. That movie absolutely shreds. I don't understand why some people don't like it. I will never understand. It's incredible.
Because they're not cool or fun or interesting.
That is absolutely it. Yes, you're correct.
Like, that's the only reason why you wouldn't absolutely love that movie is because you're not cool, fun, or interesting. Or all three.
Yeah, because it's the best movie. Look, is Keanu Reeves not incredible in it? I don't know. I like him in the movie.
His accent is terrible, but like
his accent,
everything else he's doing is fun.
Yeah. And everything else in the movie, from the production design to the cinematography to the costuming, the creature effects, all of it is just stunning.
Yeah.
I don't care. I love that movie. It's incredible. I've seen it quite a few times since we watched it. All right, I think that's it for like some of our favorites favorites that we've been shown. How about the other side of that? What has been some of your favorites to show the other person?
Before we jump into that, I want to do honorable mentions for movies that were released, like newly released movies that were our favorites.
Thank you.
When this question got written, I was like, I could read this one of two ways, so I wrote answers for both. For as far as new movies, like newly released movies, Sinners.
Sinners
will go down as one of my favorite movies. That movie absolutely shreds. It's so good, so incredible. Seeing it in 70 millimeter IMAX was absolutely incredible.
Life-changing.
Superman. Enough said.
Yeah, enough said.
Dune 2. I've watched that movie genuinely like 4 or 5 times since it was released.
Yep. I saw it 3 times in theaters, and I think I've watched it at home.
Yeah. I every couple of months, I'm like, what if I watch Dune 1 and 2?
Yeah.
Like if I'm not feeling good or if I'm like, that movie absolutely shreds. And then my last one is Everything Everywhere All at Once. That movie instantly became a part of my personality. And I absolutely adore that movie with every fiber.
Maybe the coolest movie to ever win Best Picture.
For sure. I can't think of another one that would get close.
Yeah. Okay, so a couple from me, off the top of my head, all the ones you said legitimately, like Superman, Sinners, Dune 2, all movies that I'm just obsessed with. I would throw in Barbarian. I really like Barbarian. Yeah. That was early days podcast. Avatar: The Way of Water has been a movie that I am become increasingly obsessed with over the years. We did the later Scream movies, but I'm trying to think of other like new... Oh, Barbenheimer. I really liked Barbenheimer.
Yeah.
Both of those movies are really very good. Specifically Oppenheimer for me. Like that's a movie I do think about all the time. Madam Web, obviously. Making you watch Madam Web in a theater all by yourself is one of the great moments of my life. Yeah. And I'll throw in a TV show, Fallout. I really like Fallout.
Yeah.
I think that's a very cool show that we watched for this.
Yeah.
But yeah. Any others?
I'm excited for season 2 of Fallout.
I'm very excited for season 2. That's soon, right? Is it December or January or something?
Something like that. It's pretty soon. We got a trailer just recently.
Yeah, it's the next couple months. All right, so on to our next question. Your favorite movie to show the other person. Some of your favorite movies that you've gotten to show me, and I'll give mine for you.
I've got 2.
Okay.
Psycho.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, yeah.
Couldn't believe you hadn't seen Psycho. So super. I mean, like that's absolute classic, absolute banger. And the other one, because it is so intrinsic to like me and my Primer.
Yeah, Primer.
That movie, while like not being the best movie ever made, is so weird and cool and inspiring. That I was really happy to be able to show you.
That was kind of like a legendary movie to me a little bit, where I'd like heard random people who just liked science talk about it, and I was like, okay, like I've had people really try to sell me on it before, and so I was glad we watched that. And Psycho, rare for me not to have seen a horror movie. Right? Especially one that famous at this point. So having you show me that was a special experience. I really liked that. I have 4. 2 of them are cheating, I guess. RRR. Showing you RRR because we did it for the podcast, so we watched it on Netflix in like a dubbed version because that's all that's released in America. And then we went and saw it in theaters for like a fan event because it got so popular that we watched it in the correct language, and it was absolutely an incredible experience. And I love RRR. I love showing people that movie because you try to explain it and you just can't. You can't quite like. I'm always like, well, it's an action movie, musical, best friend movie, romance, revolution movie, period piece. Like it contains everything, and it's absolutely one of the best movies. Speed Racer. I had a lot of fun showing you Speed Racer. Yeah. Because you never know how somebody's going to react to it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and we had a good fun conversation about that one. The Fast and the Furious saga. That's very... You're in with me once I've shown you the Fast and the Furious movies, and you were
very close to being on my list of favorite movies that the ones that you showed me. That was very close to being on my list.
Some of the latter ones make it harder, but Fast 5 specifically is like one of my favorite.
Just put Fast 5. Like I almost just put Fast 5.
Showing people Fast 5 is one of my favorite movies to show everyone because they come in with the expectation of, this is a Fast and Furious movie, and they leave with, wait, was that like incredible?
Wait, was that actually just good?
Was that actually just a great movie? Yeah, it's one of my favorites. And then the Scream series. The Scream series is super important to me. Yeah. And that was a really fun Halloween where we just got to tear through them and then go see Scream 6 in a theater together. Yeah. Great experience. I loved that. But yeah, that would be those. Pretty much I've loved. There's only been like maybe 1 or 2 movies that I haven't really, really liked. I don't think there's been a movie you've showed me that I've just straight up disliked. I think a lot, like 99% of what you've shown me, I've been like, wow, I'm going to buy this. I'm going to rewatch this. Like 1 or 2 maybe that I'm like, I don't know how I gel with it or not, but I still think it's a good movie. Yeah. So you've had a great hit.
I think there's only one that I disliked that you showed me, but it was one that I requested. So we'll get to it later.
Oh, I was like, I'm trying to think what that would be.
One of the later questions we'll get to it.
Fantastic. Okay, so then the next one, what is the movie that you have watched for the podcast that you've rewatched the most since having seen it?
Scream.
Scream? Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's no way I haven't watched that movie the most since watching it. I mean, I've seen the first Scream 4, maybe 5 times since watching it. And that was like 2 years ago? Like 3?
2 or 3 years ago.
And I've watched it at least once a year, if not a couple times a year since having seen it. So
it's an incredible movie.
Easy Scream for me.
Yeah. Mine would be Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah.
We watched that. I became obsessed with it. I think I've watched it at home once or twice. And we went and saw it in the theater also. It came through for like an Alamo. And it's incredible. I love that movie. I was super bummed. I was house sitting for my aunt this October, and Breck had to watch it without me. It was one of her programming movies. So she got to watch it, but I didn't get to watch it with her. Very sad. All right, rolling on to the next one. Most inspiring movie watched for the podcast. You and I are both filmmakers. We're both people who want to do this professionally. So sometimes when you watch kind of a low budget or even a big budget movie, they're very inspiring. They get you very like creatively interested in making stuff. So what would that be for you? What do you think?
I've got 3 answers here. One is one we've already discussed, Primer. That movie was made for $6,000 in Richardson, like in DFW. Now that was $6,000 like 20 years ago. So,
Still,
with inflation, still crazy that movie is as cheap as it is and also as genuinely great as it is. Like, you can see that it's cheap, but it doesn't feel like $6,000. It feels like much more expensive than that because the acting is great across the board. The movie looks really, really good. The script is insane. Like, how tight that movie is for $6,000 is genuinely incredible. My next two, which I think you will also have on your list, Milk and Cereal.
Yeah. Dude, $800.
$800, two friends and a camcorder and a dream.
And posting that one on YouTube is also a big part of what makes this, how successful it was.
Yeah. And then now that guy's got, working. What is it? What did he get? He got booked for something like big.
No, he
right?
just sold it. He sold it for $15 million out of a festival. It has gotten some of the most rave reviews in the past few years of festivals. It's apparently really incredible. I can't remember who bought it. I want to say like a neon type, but I don't think it was neon. But he just sold it for
something like that.
Yeah, he sold it for $15 million. Yeah, crazy. Curry Barker is his name.
Yeah. And then my last one's Shelby Oaks. Going from YouTuber to filmmaker is very inspiring, obviously, for obvious reasons. And the way he did it was really cool and really inspiring, like a incredibly successful crowdfunding campaign, then getting bought by Neon, adding extra money to add some extra VFX and stuff, and put out what is, in my opinion, a really cool, if not kind of great, weird little horror movie. Like,
you and I are the weird only defenders. The hatred that movie has gotten is so beyond me. Yeah. In a way that I can't understand. I can understand not being your favorite movie ever, but I really like that movie.
Yeah.
It's weird.
All of the things that would normally bother me about the things that the movie does, the way it kind of shifts the filmmaking language, all of those things that usually would bother me don't bother me at all. I think they're all really cool, all really well handled. And then everything with the story, I think, is like, I think it's the fact, again, we've talked about this, like, I think it's the fact that it like super wears its inspiration on its theme, on its sleeve in a way that, like, I think some people could, if they wanted to dislike it, they could see it as copying, but it's so much better than that.
And I also understand people who went in thinking it was just a found footage movie, like exclusively that, because that was like the trades when it was announced, where YouTuber Chris Stuckman makes found footage movie. But if you watch the trailers and you know anything about movies, you know immediately it's not just a found footage movie. Like, the trailers
didn't look like a found footage. Like, clearly there's found footage in it.
Yeah.
Didn't look like a found footage movie.
Yeah. So whatever. You know what I mean? Like, people are going to be weird about it. That's fine. It's made pretty good money. I wish it was more of a smash success.
Yeah.
And the independent film community that has done nothing but tear it down bothers me, because you just made it harder for yourself to make a movie, guys. Like, you just made it infinitely harder by closing another door on everybody. Like, it's frustrating. And I don't mean to say everyone's been shitting on it. There's a lot of people who are like, it's just not super for me, but I like it. And there's like varying degrees of this. I just wish it made more like $10 million off that like 1.3 budget or whatever. But it is what it is. We had the exact same list, by the way. Like, all three of those were mine. Primer was super inspiring. Yeah. Showing you can make a really cool, heady movie for like nothing. Showing you can do a sci-fi movie for nothing. Yeah.
Jinx, you said
and then Milk and Cereal was one that for me is just super inspiring. It's like, there's two guys, a camcorder, and a dream. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, baby.
And it's super interesting. Like, it's not like just oh wow, they made a movie. It's like a really weird, cool, the plot takes actual twist. It's been a while since I've been surprised by a movie, and that one genuinely surprised me. Yeah. So I really like Milk and Cereal. And then Shelby Oaks, we have a whole episode on both that and all three of these, actually. That's the whole point of this. But Shelby Oaks, for me, just for every reason, I love Stuckman. I'm super inspired by Stuckman. And that was one where you watching, like, okay, no, you can make a really cheap movie look like a $20 million movie. You can do it. That's the thing you can do.
Yeah.
And I hope more people take that to heart and like really go out and just make really cheap movies that really make them cinematic and cool and try weird stuff with the structure. Like it's exactly talking about the shift from found footage to traditional, like threw people off. And for me, I adored that. I thought that was incredible.
Yeah. I mean, like,
anyway,
the other thing I really appreciated, it's a movie made by a YouTuber that doesn't completely ignore YouTube's existence. That isn't like, oh, well, that's the past. I'm now. No, it's like YouTube is very much a fabric of the story and things in a really, really cool way that I really loved.
Yeah, dude, I'm super into the idea of like a YouTuber going missing and like.
Yeah.
So you have all this footage you can comb over is really a fun idea. And they do stuff with it. It's not just like a nothing thing. They do things with it. Anyway. So moving on to, what are some movies we haven't talked about yet that you really want to?
Yeah.
Every week we're like, what should we talk about? So it's always pretty random, but do you have a list that you've been like,
there are some ones that instantly come to my head that we haven't talked about yet, and like these might be kind of groups of things rather than individual movies. Well, I have one individual movie, the Christopher Guest like mockumentaries. So this is Spinal Tap, A Mighty Wind, Best in Show. Like those three specifically are like some of my absolute favorite comedies ever. And so getting to show you those, I'm very excited to do. Freaking This is Spinal Tap 2 is coming out, so that might be
It's out. It's been out.
It's been out?
It's out on Blu-ray already, yeah.
Oh, shit. All right, well, maybe we missed the boat a tiny bit, but I think soon could be a good...
it came out on Criterion. This is Spinal Tap is a Criterion release.
That's insane. Didn't know
Isn't
that.
Isn't it? Yeah.
My next one is like more musicals. I know you're not a big musical guy, so
not like as big. I do like them, but
right. Showing you like the one that really comes to mind is like the original West Side Story. I know you had like issues. You liked the new one, but you had issues with it. So I'd be interested to see how you'd feel about the original under that same kind of looking at it a little bit differently. And then last, a movie that I think is in the current state of the world, especially recently over the past year, has felt even more prescient. The movie El Norte. That movie is absolutely no fun to watch, but I think like if you feel any negative way about immigration or immigrants or things like that, I feel like El Norte is a movie you have to watch because like it's about, I can't remember what country they're from, but it's a brother and sister that crossed the border into America from South America or Central America after like a brutal conflict in the country that they're from. And so they flee and go to America, and it's about their life trying to like scrape together a life as illegal immigrants. And it is the movie's from the 80s, and it is still so timely and important, and it is a really, 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 really tough watch. And I'm not excited to show you that one, but I think it's one that we should talk about.
Absolutely. I have wanted to watch that for a while. That's definitely one that I'm interested in. Should have seen by now. There's also a Criterion release of that. So
there is,
feels like a movie you might want to buy as a preservation tactic at the moment.
Damn straight.
So mine are more like specific and silly fun for some of them. Yeah. And then I really want to show you the movie Train to Busan.
Yeah.
That's a zombie movie that may be the best zombie movie of the last 30 years. Like, it's a really incredible zombie movie. I want to show you this kung fu movie called Kung Fu Hustle. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, go watch Kung Fu Hustle. That movie is bonkers. I love it. The movie, it's very important to me. Your Name is a deeply emotional movie that I have only seen twice because I refuse to let myself watch it very often. I'm only allowed to watch it every couple of years. because of how much it means to me and how much I want it to stay in that feeling every time I watch it.
Yeah.
That one's a genuinely incredible. If you don't love like anime, that is one you should watch to get into like at the very least the movie side of it, because it's not what you think of when you think of anime at all. There's like no like shonen about it at all. It's not Naruto, it's not Demon Slayer, My Hero, it's not none of those things. It's very much just like a somewhat supernatural story about two people. It's stunning and beautiful, and I love it. And then one that I want to show you that I think you will love is the movie Upgrade.
Yeah.
It's a sci-fi action movie.
It's Lee Winnell, right?
It's Lee Winnell, and it's fantastic. It is such a cool, thrilling ride. The camera work is really... It does a camera thing you don't normally like, but it gives a story reason for it to be that way. I feel like you'll dig it. Yeah.
I'm aware of what it does, and I think I'll be fine with it. I think it'll be cool. That
is a very cool movie. That's one of the ones that jumped out that I really, really want to show you, because I think you'll really like it.
Yeah.
But all right. What different types of episodes do you want to try out? We mostly do these recommendations. We've done mini-sodes, but you and I have periodically talked about doing like other stuff on here too.
Yeah.
What are those? Do you have ideas? Have you thought of any kind of fun things to experiment with?
The things that I thought of when reading this question was like types of media that we haven't discussed really at all. Like video games. We have not done a video game before. No. And there are several video games that I would love to show you that I think you would get a lot from. Specifically, the first one that comes to mind is Outer Wilds.
Yeah,
I think that's a game that that I think will fit in your brain really well. That I think you'll really, really dig. Another one would be like deep dives into either maybe an album or a musician's discography or something like that. Like music is very important to me. I recommend a lot of music. And so like diving deep into a specific musician is something that I'd like, or an album is something that I would really, really, really enjoy. And then something I'd like to learn more about or do more is like books or like comic books.
Comic books would be a fun one.
Yeah, like I'm sure there are. I mean, like I know there are a billion comics you want me to read.
Yeah.
And I think that like doing actual episodes on it, would be. Excuse my dog's barking. He just wants to say hi to the podcast.
He does.
I think doing something like that would help me get into it a little bit more than I have.
Yeah, Invincible, Saga, Why the Last Man, like. Trying to think of other ones. The Many Deaths of Layla Starr is one I think you would really like. A bunch of Superman comics, a bunch of Batman comics. There's tons of stuff I've been wanting to show you. Paper Girls, yes. Paper Girls would honestly, with Stranger Things ending, Paper Girls would be a pretty good one to do right now.
Yeah, hell yeah.
They definitely share a lot of DNA.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So okay, that's awesome. That's good to know that you're vibing for some comic book ones, because I would love doing music deep dives, because I find for me it's like a lot of times I'll listen to music and I kind of get like lost in it. And I'm just like, oh, I really like that song, but like dissecting it is not something I do very often.
Yeah.
So I think that would be really fun for me to go through with you, who like knows more about the story and the production of it, to kind of like guide me through it. I think that'd be really fun. I would really like that.
Hell yeah.
For me, the two ones that really came to mind. I like when we do like topic based ones instead of specific movies. So like movie musicals or, action thriller. When does an action movie become a thriller or something? You know what I mean? Like something funny like that, of like, where is that line and just talking about some of our favorites and just a little bit more discussion-y, because I know you and I like the podcast episodes where we go on tangents quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I just like the idea of doing tangents the episode. And then the other one for me is one that you have talked to me about doing, but movie drafts.
Yeah.
So if you watch The Big Picture, they do them all. They're very popular in podcasting, but like The Big Picture is where I've listened to several of them. But you just pick a year, or I've seen people do the alphabet, so movies that start with the letter A or whatever, and you draft like based on either categories or to fill just a certain number. I think that would be fun. I think it'd be really fun to have guests on to do those. I think that would make for a very fun series of episodes to do periodically. Draft your perfect slasher team, or draft your perfect horror monster team, or something like that. Those are ones that I think would be really fun for us to do.
Yeah.
But those are, I like the topic based ones. I like the idea of doing a movie draft. I think that'd be super fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question.
Yes.
All right. What is the most surprising thing you watched? This was yours, so I'll kind of let you talk about the idea behind it.
I've got, I mean, like of the movie, like what were you most surprised to like? What were you most surprised to maybe dislike? What was the thing that you were not expecting? Something of that nature. So I've got kind of two answers here. One that I was surprised that I didn't like as much as I thought it would, referencing what I referenced earlier, and as well as one that I thought that I'm surprised I liked as much as I did. The one that I didn't like as much as I thought I would, Friday the 13th. That movie is, I can't believe that movie is as popular as it is, having watched it. Yeah. The way people talk about it is confusing to me because they're like, oh, but for the time, it's like, yeah, but better slashers, better horror came out years before that. So anyways, so Friday the 13th, I was surprised by. That's the one that I actually like requested to watch.
And I told you, I was like, so you know,
you told
they're not amazing.
Yeah. And then one we've already talked about, Speed Racer. I can't believe how much I like that movie. That movie's so fucking weird. It's so cool.
Speed Racer rules in every conceivable way. That movie's awesome.
I mean, I had seen Patrick H. Willems' video about verisimilitude, his like Speed Racer video. And I knew that I would think it's cool or interesting, but everything I've ever seen from it, I'm like, there's no way I am going to enjoy that movie. Yeah. It looks like the absolute antithesis of things that I enjoy. And you know what? That movie shreds. It's so cool. It's so weird. It's so
the story's really good, weirdly enough.
Yeah. I mean, when we're talking, I think Patrick H. Willems' description or tying the reason that movie is good to verisimilitude, where it's like it is all of a piece, like everything is crazy, so like it all doesn't feel as crazy because it's also crazy. Like if one piece of it was way more normal, like that thing would be the thing that sticks out. Or
if the family's home was shot super traditionally, you'd be like, okay, but instead it's shot just as bombastic and insane and bright and explosive as the rest of it, right? Like it's just the Wachowski sisters, for lack of a better term, put their foot to the floor on it, throttle it and just go, like I love. Yeah,
they went pedal to the metal on that one. Yeah, those two were definitely the two most surprising for me.
Yeah, I have one, but I'll throw in another one that I was surprised you didn't like as much as I thought you would, and that was A Nightmare on Elm Street. I thought you would vibe with the silliness of it, but in looking back, it totally makes sense. Your lack of like passion for that one totally makes sense to me. Yeah. Like it's one that I really like, but I do understand that it's like it's dated in really specific ways, and it has a very weird energy about it.
Yes.
So like those two things they're pretty at odds with that one, so I get it. The other one for me this is a very funny one. We did a double feature episode of Sleepless in Seattle and You've Got Mail, and I was shocked that I liked You've Got Mail more. I think about You've Got Mail quite a bit. Like I thought for sure I would like that one.
You've Got Mail more. I watched that one more.
It feels a little bit more like a warm blanket movie to me in a way that I really like. I have that one on VHS.
Yeah, I mean, I've got both. Humble brag.
Yeah, fancy you. No, but that was just a shock. I was shocked. I did not think that I would walk out of that double feature liking You've Got Mail more, because it's not as well liked. I mean, people love You've Got Mail, but it's not like it doesn't have the reputation of Sleepless in Seattle.
Yeah, Sleepless in Seattle is like up on a higher pedestal for sure. I think even in my own eyes, that was one, like my mom always liked Sleepless in Seattle more. So like I liked Sleepless in Seattle more, you know what I mean? But like you said, like I've watched You've Got Mail more than I watch Sleepless in Seattle. Like if I want to watch one of those, I watch You've Got Mail far more often than I do Sleepless in Seattle.
What is the biggest, I can't believe I hadn't seen this yet movie?
Yeah,
you've called me out on one that is definitely on my list. I'll go first on these ones. Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
I had so many opportunities in my life to watch it, and every time it came up, I was always just like not quite in the mood. And I knew I would like it, so I didn't. So I'm very glad we finally watched that, and I'm very glad I loved it as much as I did because it's fantastic. Psycho, we talked about Psycho, but the fact that I hadn't seen my Alfred Hitchcock knowledge is just thin. I need to watch more of his movies, but Psycho was like, there was no excuse whatsoever for me having not seen Psycho yet. Another double feature we did, which is Con Air and The Rock.
Yeah.
I as much of like an action junkie as I am, I can't believe I hadn't seen those. And both of those movies are a ton of fun. I really like both of them.
They're both so stupid. I love them both so much, but they're both so stupid.
Yes. The other ones, which are You've Got Mail and Sleepless in Seattle. I like rom-coms a lot. I can't believe I had let those two, and I love Tom Hanks, and you know what I mean? Like, I can't believe I let those slip through the cracks.
Yeah.
Very glad to have those filled. And then the other one, which is a funny one, is Survivor.
Yeah.
I don't know how I had gone my whole life in a house where my mom loved Survivor and having never watched an episode until you showed me. And now I'm obsessed with Survivor. I really, really like that show.
It's so damn good, dude. It is like the absolute peak of competition reality television.
Very much. I love Jeff Probst. If you want a good fun video, go watch his Jeff Probst Letterboxd Top 4. Because the dude's got great taste and really good about talking about it. So check those out. Anyway, those would be my biggest. I can't believe I hadn't seen this yet.
For me, I've got All the President's Men.
Almost made mine. Yeah.
Oh man, that movie is again, turns out one of the best movies ever. Is actually pretty darn good. That one's definitely on my list. And then the other one was Scream. Like that movie. Now I understand why I hadn't seen it because it wasn't that much into horror for a very long time.
Yes.
But like Scream is it's so separate in a way to me where it's like, it is so funny and wild as opposed to like genuinely scary that like, it would have been exactly my shit, a long time ago. Even when I wasn't watching horror movies, that would still be my shit.
I just think the commentary helps it like activate you on also an intellectual level where you're like, oh, okay, this is what this is, and that's that.
Yes.
You feel like you're also learning weirdly enough watching that movie.
Dude, it's genuinely like a slasher boot camp in a really funny way.
Oh yeah, dude. Great.
Yeah. What movie do you find yourself thinking about the most?
Thinking about the most? Definitely A Muppet Christmas Carol. I mean, I think about that one quite a bit. Oh man, this was when I was having a tough time having like a great answer for. I think about what was the Andy Kaufman movie? What was the Man on the Moon? Is that what
Man on the Moon? Yeah.
I think about us having that double feature a lot.
Yeah.
Like just the weirdness of it and my feelings on actors like that and my feelings on like it really challenged my like view of an actor that I really liked. So that is definitely one that I think about all the time.
That's a good answer.
Other ones, I mean, would be, I do think about You've Got Mail. I think about After Yang a lot too.
Yeah.
I think about the weirdness of that movie and the tone of that movie a lot. So those are some of the ones I think about all the time. How about you? What are yours?
I've got one answer, and it's the one I think about the most in the weirdest way. Skinamarink.
Yeah.
I think about Skinamarink all the time. That movie had such a weird effect on me. And I think, honestly, that could probably go in the inspiring category, too.
Yeah.
Like, that movie is... the way I would describe it, it is a perfect encapsulation of, like, a misremembered nightmare as a child. Yeah. It is such an exact replication of that experience in such a horrifying, affecting way.
Yeah.
Watching that movie in the theater was one of the worst movie-going experiences of my life. Not because of the movie, but more because I think the audio was not dialed in correctly. Because when that movie is loud, it literally hurt to be in that theater.
Yeah.
I was plugging my ears by the end of the movie because it was so painful whenever things would when the movie would pop off. But I have not watched it since, and I have desperately wanted to rewatch it a scenario where it wasn't going to be painful to watch. I think I would have a very different experience with it a second time. So that's kind of part of the reason why I've been slow to do it. And also, again, like the first experience was so weird that like, I have thought about that movie a lot for weird reasons. But that is one that I think about the most, and I think about it a lot.
That makes a lot of sense, and also I don't know that I'll ever watch that movie again.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you.
And I kind of liked it. Like that's in the weirdest way. I would buy that on Blu-ray, and I don't know if I'd watch it again. Like I can't. Those two things are very at odds, and I don't know why, but I would.
I mean, to have it on the shelf, to show it off and talk about it and think about it anytime you pass over it, but also never to watch it again, makes a ton of sense to me.
Makes a ton of sense. All right.
What is an episode?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
What's an episode you'd want to redo? What's an episode you'd want to like go back and change, or you have changed about it, or whatever?
The first one that I thought about was Body Snatchers. I want to rewatch those and have a different conversation about those, because I really liked both of those, and there's a part of it. There's a thing that I'm watching right now that that makes me think about it. I'm being very cryptic for a specific reason. I don't know. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I will, in a later conversation, I'll ask you if you're watching it. Hopefully you will not connect to these two conversations. Because it's a spoiler-ish for the thing that I'm watching. Any person deserves to go into that thing with as little knowledge as possible. Anyways,
you're gonna have to tell me off mic. I gotta know, because I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't want to. Anyway,
because I think that movie, those movies are really, really, really interesting and really, really, really fascinating. And I think coming back to it now, I mean, especially for like, honestly, like weirdly, I think there's some prescience to the time that we're living in.
Correct. Yes, there is.
So I think Body Snatchers is my first, my first answer there. That is my answer there.
Yeah. That is also my answer.
Yeah.
For entirely different reasons. When you and I recorded that, we were both really snippy with one another for that episode. And so it hurt the conversation. Plus, I think there's like 80 more Body Snatcher movies. Like literally, there's another, The Invasion. There's Body Snatcher. There's like multiple different versions of this movie. I think we could do like those two, and then also just redux our conversation on that.
I mean, The Faculty was
so much, which, by the way, a movie I really like.
Yeah.
I just bought that on VHS.
I think there's a lot to talk about that we didn't get to.
So much to talk about.
Because we were in a weird mood or whatever.
And it's like a subgenre that I'm obsessed with. Like I'm obsessed with the Body Snatcher movie. Like, I think there's I agree with you. A lot to talk about. That would be my episode too, is us remaking that one.
Yeah.
And then just another subset of episodes. I would like to. I wish the video, like, you know what I mean. I wish the first couple episodes are no video. I wish we had video for those, just for like my brain and like a whole thing. You know, whatever. That doesn't matter. The next question is, what is the most Shane movie? So I'll ask you, what's the most Spencer movie that you got shown to? Mine are the two sci-fi ones, which are Primer. Yeah. Primer is so you-coded. So many of the ideas you talk to me about are so like, here's this tiny little sci-fi nugget. What does it do? Like, yes. And I really think those are good. And then After Yang. After Yang was one of those movies you watched and then like, and then like
things that I thought.
Yeah. Then like you literally watched that one and then like 3 days later you're like, we're doing that for the podcast, and watched it again so we could do it. And I think that's really so fun. Funny.
Yeah, no, that was my exact list of Shane things that I've showed you was Primer and After Yang for the exact reasons you just described.
Yeah, those are definitely the most you-coded things on there.
Yeah. I've got for the most Spencer thing, the Fast Saga, man.
Yeah, dude.
There's a reason it was our first episodes.
Yeah. Because I'm obsessed.
Upset. And like RRR I would put in there too. Like,
yes.
Because
RRR's
that movie is like weird and incredible, and like it does really, really cool things with genre, with the idea of genre. I mean, like, part of me wants to say things like Shelby Oaks and Milk and Cereal as well. Like, those are so, like, inspiring horror, like, low-budget horror things that, like, are very you.
They're very me-coded.
Do you have ones that you would put on that list that I didn't?
For me showing you?
Yeah, that you think are the most Spencer-coded.
I definitely Fast and Furious is like the one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Scream in a lot of ways. Like Scream very much fits my taste as a horror fan. I don't know. John Wick. The Raid movies, Raid 1 and 2.
Ooh, those are great.
Very me-coded movies. Very like just a guy doing something unbelievable.
I would put those under my favorite new movies I've watched too, I think, because those are so weird. Like, those are so different from each other and both incredible.
Yeah.
Like, and
in their own rights,
it's like the same team. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. I also throw the movie Weird, an Al Yankovic story.
Yeah, I thought about that one a lot for a lot of these questions.
It's one of those ones that just tickles my funny bone in a very specific way, and so it's like it fits my sense of humor quite well. Not enough people have seen that one. That's a very underseen movie.
Wholeheartedly
it's fantastic. I showed like a group of people, like really different people, like a bunch. They have very different tastes, and I was like, let's just watch this, and all of them were like headache by the end of it because they were laughing so hard. And it's like, yes, comedies matter. This should have been playing in theaters. Like,
I've got two more. Anyway. I've got two more questions for you that I thought of while we were talking. What was your favorite podcast episode / like for like BTS reasons potentially? So I've got some answers here, so I'll let you think of it while I'm one of them was the Madam Web episode with the mini-sode. That one was super fun because I had to go see that by myself, and while I was doing it, I was like making videos of my feelings in the process, and like the movie is so weird to talk about. Like, that is like genuinely one of my favorite episodes. Another one was the Roman Empire. That one was a particular favorite of mine, just that I could like fully in depth go over the reason that I absolutely adore Radiohead's Spectre. Talk about like and then make my fucking list of best or rank every single Bond song in order. That was super fun to do. And then my last one or last two was Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Robert Ford, as well as the Deacons episode. Like talking, like me going through my incredibly insane Roger Deakins deep dive in honor of getting to meet him and getting my a book signed by him, watching Blade Runner 2049 and getting to experience the live Q&A that he did here in Texas at the Texas Theater. That was absolutely incredible. The live Q&A was not incredible because people asked really stupid questions. But yeah, those are some ones that really stick out. Doing things like the Deacons episode, I really, really love doing. So something like that, like when we're talking about things that we'd like to do more of, doing those kind of weird deep dives like that, I think would be really cool.
We've talked about a certain franchise of doing like a crazy binge of them. Like where specifically I binge it and you interview me about it.
Yes.
Over like 3 episodes because there's so many movies. I jump
in on the occasional movie.
You watch the ones you've missed or the ones you want to revisit or so. Yeah, like that kind of thing. But like for the most part, it's like an interview based one about like this lifelong franchise that I've loved.
Yeah.
That's one that I do agree. The deep dive ones are fun. The sitting there for the Deacons one as you like went through and binged those, that was a great pleasure of mine because I had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
For me, just some episodes that I really like. I really love the Sorcerer Exorcist episode.
Yeah.
I think you and I we both really liked both of those movies, and so we had a lot of fun. The RRR episode is also really fun.
Yeah.
Showing
Lola,
you the
Run.
Run Lola Run. Yeah, that one's great episode.
That one really moved me in a way I wasn't expecting, and I like wrote a lot of ideas. I like wrote a lot for that one and like thought about that one a lot before we discussed it.
I I too, and similar to your like deep dive one, I love showing the franchises. I love going through that journey with people.
Yeah.
So watching the Fast and Furious and the Scream movies for me was a big thing. I really like the Whaties. I love the Whaties episodes. I love our like award show based kind of like giving room to talk about a bunch of the movies that we saw this year that we'll never get episodes, but we do really love.
Yeah.
I think those are always
to talk about music and some other things.
Yes. More comic books that I read this year that I think are fantastic. Like, that kind of thing I think is really good. And other weird ones, I liked showing you the 2 anime movies for series you hadn't seen before. I just had to sit there and be like, okay, so this is how the powers work, and this guy has, and this is their relationship.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so those were super fun to me because I loved My Hero Academia, which is, by the way, coming to an end. I'm very emotional about it. And I love Naruto desperately. So like doing those 2 together, like as an idea of just like, what if I show you something you have no context for? That's like deep into its run, was a very fun experience for me. So those were, I think we watched 2 Heroes and we watched Heroes Rising and Road to Ninja. Heroes Rising is a very good movie, and Road to Ninja is a very weird movie to show somebody who's never seen Naruto. So those are some of the ones
I would throw Dragon Ball in there too. That one,
yes.
Just us going through and watching Dragon Ball was so much fun, and then doing the episode on it was also. And those
getting your little Lego Piccolo.
He's back here somewhere.
Yeah, I have my Lego Goku is sitting in my the attic box behind me.
Yeah,
he's in there. I haven't set him up. I need to find a spot for him. Anyway, those would be some of the ones I've really enjoyed.
I got one more question for you, or maybe 2. What was your favorite game? I made a lot of games for the podcast. We did a lot of recurring bits. Some ones that I can think of off the top of my head. The foreign movie title where you have to guess the name of the movie based off of the foreign movie, like the retranslated foreign title. That one's a good one. We need to do that one again if I can find more. As well as like the tagline game is always fun for me. Like those are always so weird.
I really like, we've done this like 2 or 3 times where like the cast it if it came out today.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Those are always really fun for me. We've done some trivia stuff. What is it? What do you call it? It's the McElroys do it on their podcast.
Work of Fart.
Work of Fart is always a good time because it's bizarre and I never know what's about to happen. Yeah, I enjoy those quite a bit. I do like the tagline. The tagline ones are always fun.
And then the review one is the one I think we probably end up doing the most.
Yeah, the review one's really good. I'm really bad at all the games. That's something I'm not great at.
Sometimes you absolutely pop off. Like,
yeah, occasionally the Superman one, I did incredible. Yeah, those would be some of my favorites. I think I really like the recasting ones. I like the taglines and Work of Fart always makes me laugh because you get to come up with something super gross to say.
Yeah.
Those would be mine.
And then like of the things that you have recommended that maybe we didn't do an episode on, but that got that got recommended once or maybe multiple times, like what are the ones that stick out to you? I've got an easy recommendation for me, unless you'd like to go first.
I have a couple, I think. Like I'm so deep into Ghost of Tsushima right now, so I would also just say that. The game is super fun. But I think a lot of the comic books I recommend, so like specifically like Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, and Saga are ones that I really think everybody should read. I think those rule so hard. Anything by like Ed Brubaker, I know I've recommended some of his books before, like Kill or Be Killed, is a really fantastic comic book read. So The Many Deaths of Layla Starr is one I've recommended that I think about that comic book all of the time. I love that comic book. Some music I know I've recommended, like Ethel Cain. I love Preacher's Daughter is one of my favorite albums. Julian Baker's music is some of my favorites. Some stuff we haven't done on the like collecting stuff like Blu-rays and comic book stuff. I talk about that a lot. Like I recommend doing that a lot on here.
Never been more important than now.
Literally never been more important than now. And I'm completely ruined on streaming now because I don't have Canopy. I have Hoopla, which is the other Canopy, but it only streams in 720. Only streams in so it's a last resort for us. But then I'm watching like all these like we watched Sorcerer on that 4K Blu-ray last night or a couple nights ago, and just it was fantastic, gorgeous, utterly stunning. And then I go and watch something that's 4K streaming, and it makes me want to rip my hair out because it looks terrible. Yeah. You know, like ownership is important. Taking care of a collection is important. So those are things I talk about a lot. Those would be some of the bigger like idea ones that, you know, we haven't really done, but I think are super important.
Yeah. I think my number one recommendation for anybody who wants to do anything creative, especially when there's a big budget involved, you could see it right behind me. Psych Odyssey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it is an undertaking because it's like 30 episodes. Each episode is between 45 minutes and an hour long. But it is, if you want to make something, if you want to be part of a creative team where money and investors or anything like, or just a bunch of people with a bunch of different creative ideas for the same thing are working together, I think that is an absolute must watch. Psych Odyssey covers the making of the game Psychonauts 2. And that game took years to make. And that it does not pull punches. It does not make everyone. Tim Schafer, the owner of I can't remember the name of the studio sitting here now. Well, he's not the owner anymore. The CEO, the main creative mind behind the studio that makes Psych Odyssey as well as some of their other games. He doesn't look great. Bunch, you know, like he is essentially funding this documentary and also is willing to not look good as part of of telling the truth that was making the series. I think that it is an incredibly important work. Not like Psychonauts 2. I haven't even played it. I haven't even played Psychonauts 1. But I think Psych Odyssey is an important documentary for anyone who wants to work in a creative field where you're getting paid money to do it and is your day job, and also is a funded thing by companies or investors or whoever. I think that is an absolute necessity to watch. To see the kind of the good, the bad, and the genuinely ugly that happens in some of these places, while also I say the bad and the ugly, but there's so much good, so much enjoyable, so much fun and funny that happens along the way too. And the end product is, by all accounts, a really great game that a lot of people really, really, really love.
Yeah.
Psych Odyssey will always be my number one recommendation. If you're a fan of this show, if you're a fan of like movies and TV and video games and things like that, and you want to know more about what happens behind the scenes, I think things like Psych Odyssey, as well as other behind the scenes documentaries for, I haven't seen Apocalypse Now, I also haven't seen Heart of Darkness, but things like that I think are incredibly important to watch if A, you just love the things and love the art and you want to see how it's made, but especially B, if you want to make that and make art like that and work in a studio system in any way, shape, or form, I think that's incredibly important.
I totally agree. I really want to watch Psych Odyssey.
Yeah.
But I have those similar kind of things that you watch. You're like, oh, wow. Like I watched Wick is Pain recently.
Yeah.
The John Wick documentary, and that's like kind of eye-opening on how movies are made.
Yeah.
But similar kind of vibes and things. But yeah, that's a really good recommendation. Those are really good.
Yeah. I mean, commentaries, if you have a
tracks,
Blu-ray,
dude.
listen to the commentary. If you have Criterion, watch the behind the scenes stuff, watch the documentaries, watch that stuff. It's important.
Yeah, I always say Criterion's like film school in a box because they do a lot to like really show you the filmmaking process. The 4K or Blu-ray, I'm assuming it's on the Blu-ray also, but of Life of Chuck, Mike Flanagan's new movie, is fantastic. His commentary track is fantastic. He talks a lot about like weird independent scheduling and like where the money goes.
Oh wow, I love that.
For he's like he literally points at like a random shot you would never think. He's like, this is the most expensive shot of the entire movie, and it's a wide shot of people walking.
Wow.
And he's like, it's because we had to do a sky replacement. He's like, this is because we needed the sunset that was the day before when we were prepping, and not this. But then he's talking about like how they had to line the street with these cars, but because it was so low budget, they couldn't afford to paint stuff out. So that's why all the cars are parked weird. They're like angled so the mirrors wouldn't be in the way. And that's why, and he's like, we could only afford one park bench with this thing on it. So we had to get really creative about when we used it and move it around. There's this one thing where he's like, this is all practical. These are all TVs we bought and projected on this thing because we couldn't afford to do it digitally. And we just took the TVs back to Best Buy after. Like, it genuinely a fascinating, and it's so good that I got emotional watching the commentary track because he would get emotional about the movie. Really good one. I recommend that.
Love that.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a tangent. Anything else? Any other things we want to talk about in our 100th episode?
Any recommendations for stuff you've been watching recently? Or listening to or anything like that?
Yeah. I've gotten back into The Big Picture. That podcast, Sean Fennessy's podcast. If you want to get into collecting physical media in any way, Sean, they do look up The Big Picture physical media and watch the episodes with Tracy Letts on them. If you don't know Tracy Letts, he's like a famous that guy. He's married to Carrie Coon. He has a nearly 12,000. He has a nearly 12,000 title Blu-ray, 4K, and DVD collection. He is the king of physical media. So if you ever are questioning whether or not you should get into it, listen to somebody like him talk about it, because he's much better at it than I am. In terms of this is why this is actually important, and this is the history of why you should want to own things instead of let streaming have them.
Yeah.
About how hard it was to find great movies for a long time. Anyway, those are good. We started the Martin Scorsese documentary on Apple, which is a very, very good documentary. A lot about his life and how it relates to his movies. Very good. The show Pluribus, Vince Gilligan's new television show, is very good. Go watch that. Don't look anything up. Just jump into it. And anything else I've been watching? Wick is Pain is really good. If you like movie making and you like the John Wick movies, that's one I would really recommend. This is also coming out on Thanksgiving, by the way. So if you're watching this day one, go hang out with your family. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah. Funny that our 100th episode lined up like that. It's just a serendipity of it. Very nice.
Genuinely. A couple of movies that I've watched recently that I desperately love. Pride and Prejudice.
That's one that I want to do for the podcast soon.
It just had its 20th anniversary, so we should do it soon.
Yes. Next episode.
It genuinely feels like a good fall kind of movie that I think would be a good one. About Time. I rewatched that movie recently because I needed to have a good cry, especially in reference to the fact that I lost my mom last year, and so there's a scene about him losing his dad, and made me cry a lot. Getting teary thinking about it now. Movie's great. Yeah. Love it very much. The Fugitive. I was in New Orleans. I just got back literally yesterday. I was in New Orleans, and there's nothing better than hotel TV. And so when we would be in the hotel, chilling out in between drinking and eating, we would just turn on whatever we could find that was on, and The Fugitive was on. God damn, that movie fucks so hard. I love that movie so very, very much.
Fugitive is incredible.
Go watch The Fugitive. And then I've got two music recommendations. Both are very old. One is Street Songs by Rick James. It's crazy how many of Rick James' all-time classics are all on that one record. So if you're looking for some good old funk kind of disco kind of vibes, go listen to some Street Songs by Rick James. And then also In the Key of Love by Stevie Wonder. One of the best albums ever. Just one of the best albums ever.
There you go. Anyway, yeah, this has been episode 100.
Yeah.
Here's to 100 more, or both of us die.
1,000 more.
Yeah, here's to 1,000 more episodes of us talking like idiots.
We'll do another one of these at episode 1,000.
Yeah, not 200, episode 1,000.
No.
But I'm very excited about the future of this podcast. I'm very excited about watching new stuff, experiencing new things.
If you're excited about the future, and if you're excited about seeing and experiencing new things, please share, rate, review, do all of the things. That really helps us out a lot. It's easy to do. We're not, in the future, we might do something like a Patreon or something like that. We're not doing that right now. But the thing that you can do to help us genuinely rate, review, share, all the things. Go like, go comment, TikTok, YouTube.
Comment movies you'd like us to do, and odds are we'll do them. Like we would love to do things that people are interested in,
Yeah.
So do that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
So anyway,
I'm calling it here now. Very soon we will do a Q&A episode. In the description or in the comments below, write a question that you'd like us to answer.
Yeah.
Give us questions. We'd love to hear from you guys. We'd love to get some questions. If you're on TikTok, please do the same. Give us some questions. We'll post this on TikTok so you can see that there. YouTube, wherever you are, send us some questions. We've got an email that you can email it to.
No, I agree with that. I've wanted to do some kind of like either live stream or Q&A based episode. I think those would be very fun. I think those would be very interactive and a good chance to throw your taste onto the podcast and see what we think about it.
Yeah. whatisUsfilm@gmail.com. All one word. Yep. whatisUsfilm@gmail.com.
So yeah. If you hate us, email us. If you want us off the air, email them. The network will. If you can't stand us,
comment on TikTok and YouTube, for engagement.
Yeah.
If you hate us, that's the place to do it. If you like us and you have a question, comment, email, whatever.
Yeah. You got a bunch of stuff to watch now. You got questions to ask us, and you better ask us because we want to do that. That'd be very fun. You got a ton of recommendations. You got old episodes of this podcast to watch. You got turkey to eat because it's Thanksgiving, and so you should go do all those things, or don't. I don't know. Live your life.
Yeah. Live your life times 100.